So I turned it on, put in my earbuds. All I heard was, "Who's gonna carry the boats?"
Warning. If you have the attention span of a 4-year-old, please click off. This is not TikTok. Thank you.
I remember this one time I was having a fight with my mom when I was a kid. And I got so upset that I decided, you know what, I'm leaving. I'm sure everyone's heard of this before. I was like, you know what, I'm tired of this. So I packed my backpack with some clothes, a water bottle, and I decided, you know what, I'm gone. Walked out the door, closed the door, and started walking. I didn't know where I was walking to, but I figured the first start is walking towards the highway. So I started walking towards the highway. Took me about 30 minutes to get to the main highway. And then I walked on the highway with nothing but a backpack and some clothes that I had woken up in. And I walked on that road, on the highway, in the opposite direction. I wasn't on the right side of the road. I wasn't on the left side. I was on the right side. So I was barely getting missed by every car up under the sun. But I just kept walking. Midsummer, mind you. And I just kept walking. Must have been walking for like 2 hours before I decided to stop and take a break on the side of the road. While sitting on the side of the road, I had my phone with me, so I pulled out my phone and I decided to call my mom. Unfortunately, she didn't answer because, oh my God. Whoa, 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 whoa. I thought I heard a rattle, so I'm not trying to get attacked by any snakes, but come on, man, I just interrupted my story. But anyways, I pulled out my phone, tried to call my mom. She didn't answer. Most likely because she was pissed off at me still. So here I am on a highway 2 hours away from my house. What do? I decided to use the only money I have in my pocket to buy some water because I was thirsty. After I buy the water, I realize, hold up, I'm supposed to be fasting. So I can't even drink the water. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna put it in my bag and I'm not gonna drink it. So on this long walk throughout the highway, after about another half an hour of walking, I decided, you know what? Screw this. I'm walking back home. So I start walking back home. The entire way, meanwhile, this is midsummer, so the weather's, I don't even want to know how hot it was, but it felt like it was above 100 degrees out. At that point, I was so hot, I started getting dizzy. So I was walking, I was practically like dragging myself on that road at that point. I was basically dragging my feet. I was so hot and tired. But when I finally got back home, I practically leapt onto that couch. I fell asleep so fast. I can't even explain how good that nap felt. I probably slept for like 8 hours after that. The day after, I never wanted to take another walk again. But looking back on it now, maybe that helped me. Maybe it did. Because that nap, that sleep after that walk was amazing. So in this video, I'm going to give you my 3 points on why you should take walks. First point I want to talk about is the fact that it could be ruining your sleep. See, what I've realized recently, I was doing a bit of research, and hold on, I think you can see it from here. Kinda see it. Bro, if I could zoom in. forget it. But it could be ruining your sleep. So what I mean by this is the fact that if you think about our ancient ancestors, right? Our ancestors used to hunt, so they used to wake up in the morning, they used to wake up with the sun, and they used to go back home and sleep with the sun down. With the sunset? No, sunset, yeah. With sunset. And so because they built this cycle over generations, a part of that is still ingrained in us modern humans, right? And so the reason why some people have problems with sleeping is because they wake up in the morning, they instantly start scrolling on their phone, and while they're doing that, all the curtains and the blinds are shut, so there's no sunlight coming in, and they're just droopy and tired. They get no sun, so they practically look like vampires. They're just pale, just sickly looking, just just sick. You look sick, bro. Like, get outside, my guy. Get a tan. But because of that, and the lack of vitamin D and the lack of sunlight, that can actually mess up their internal sleep cycle. And so when the sun goes down, the blinds are still closed. So essentially your body basically has no idea when to sleep. It's basically only going off when you're tired. And depending on who you are and what kind of person, what's your lifestyle, you could be tired at different times of the day. So most of the time your body what it really looks for is that sunlight and the lack of sunlight. That's why usually when you're a kid and when you go to bed, when it's time to go to bed, your parents tuck you in and they turn the light out. Because turning the lights out actually initiates that sleep cycle, which tells your brain and your body it's time to go to sleep. And so without that sleep cycle, without that light, without that sunlight in the morning and that sundown in the night, your internal sleep cycle could get messed up, and you could actually struggle to sleep, especially if you have like bright lights on before you go to sleep, like the light of a phone or light of a computer screen. That'll really mess up your internal sleep cycle that way. Dude, hold on, there's geese. Hold on, bro. Yeah, wait, can you see them? Where the heck are they? Dude, bro, why can I not see them? Hold on. Can you see them? Yeah, you can see them. Bro, I cannot get these animals in the frame, bro. I think you can see them. But because of that internal sleep cycle, people can actually be struggling to sleep, especially if they're staying up on their phones till midnight. And then you turn off your phone and expect you to be able to fall asleep in 2 seconds. That's not how it works. Because the light from your phone is not the light from the sunlight. And so because that's not, it's not the same thing, your sleep cycle could actually get messed up. And it's why I actually do this certain thing where I open my blinds up in the morning, or before I go to sleep, I'll open the blinds a little bit. That way the sunlight hits my face as soon as I wake up, or as soon as the sun comes up, and that actually automatically wakes me up. Same thing goes for when you're going to sleep. Bro, there's no way I'm gonna miss this. Look at how many geese there are. Dude, okay, you can see them. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna get close to them, but I'm not looking for a meal, that's why. So, if I was hungry, I probably would, but hold on, this is dodgy looking truck driving past me. But That's one reason why you should be going outside in the morning and getting a walk, because you'll feel more alive. Because of that internal sleep cycle and our previous generations, our ancestors, needing that energy in the morning. If you wake up, first thing you do in the morning is go for a walk. Obviously, after you brush your teeth and everything, you go for a walk. You'll feel more energized during the day because of the fact that, hold on, they're crossing the road, dude. Look at that. They're crossing the road, bro. But that's a big reason why you should be going out for walks. Because if you value your sleep, which you should be valuing your sleep, because hopefully if you're watching this, you go to the gym, and for optimal muscle recovery, you need good sleep. Because everyone knows, or at least most people know that your muscles don't actually grow in the gym. They grow when you're sleeping. And so if you're not getting that sleep, you can say forget about it. So another point I want to bring up about why you should be getting outside more is because temporarily it unplugs you from the matrix. As Andrew Tate has once said, you know. And let me explain. Because everyone's always in their house, locked up behind a computer, you're kind of trapped in the matrix and the loop of whatever you're doing on a daily basis, whether that be wake up, scroll, study, scroll, YouTube, Netflix, sleep, rinse and repeat. That may actually be your prison, because you're doing that constantly every day with no change. So if you're not actually used to going on a walk, this could actually be a very much needed change to that routine, especially if you're not getting vitamin D, like I said before, which most people aren't. So you should probably get outside and start walking. Now, my third and final point is going to be the fact that walking itself has huge benefits, especially obviously when you're outside. But in general, walking has a lot of benefits. For example, if you're trying to cut weight, or you're trying to lower your body fat percentage, walking is one of the best ways to actually lower your body fat percentage while maintaining muscle. Now, why this is because one reason is because higher interval training, like running on a treadmill, for example, you're running on a treadmill, you may only be able to run on a treadmill for, let's say, 30 minutes, right? At a speed of, let's say, 6 miles an hour, right? So if you can run on a treadmill for 30 minutes at that speed, obviously if you walk instead of running, you'll be able to walk for a lot longer than you're running. And in that case, you're actually burning, in some cases, which is the majority, you're actually burning more calories walking than you are running. Not only that, but walking is a lot more peaceful. The reason why that's important is because some people tend to quit after running for 30 minutes. Then they're like, oh no, I'm done with this. They're tired, they're huffing and puffing after the run, and some people fall over. And so they don't want to do it again. But walking, come on, you walk every day. So walking, what's the difference between a little extra walking, right? And so you don't see it as that bad. And it's easier to be consistent in, especially when there are so many ways to count your steps. You can count your steps through a phone, a watch. Most people do it through their Apple Watch. But there are a lot more ways to figure out how many steps you're taking a day than if you're doing like a bunch of cardio, you're running on the treadmill, and then you do like 50 jumping jacks, you do some, you do jump rope, all that. I'm not saying that's bad, but it's a lot easier to just start walking and actually enjoy nature while you're doing it, right? So I would tell you to just go for a walk rather than, doing a bunch of high intensity cardio. And the easiest way, if you're thinking, oh, I don't have time or whatever, the easiest way to actually walk is if you have a job and it's far away from you. Let's say the job is like an hour away from you. Just start walking instead. If it's too far to walk, buy a bike. Start biking. It does the same thing. And if it's too far for a bike, then get like a scooter. Get an electric scooter. Ride it half the way and walk the rest. I'm telling you, if you're actually serious about losing weight or lowering your body fat percentage, you will come up with ways to get creative when coming up with ways to do so. So it won't be hard. You may be thinking, oh, it's too much work. It's easier to ride a car. I like the air conditioning. Guess what? If you're a man, that's what's keeping you weak. Because the fact that you can't get outside and do something a little hard, that means you're weak. Oh, it's too hot. The sun is going to be in my eyes. You're just used to complaining. So how about this? You make no excuses and you just get your ass off the couch and get outside. Matter of fact, what you should do, watch a David Goggins video. Watch a David Goggins video and you'll be outside in no time. This dude is one of the most motivating people I've seen. I remember this one time I was about to hit a set on bench, a 1 rep max on bench. And I was like, I can't find the right I can't find the right music, right? And so I got a notification off of my Instagram, and I was like, you know what? Earlier I saw a little reel of David Goggins talking about, the same one over and over again, who's going to carry the boats. And so I was like, you know what? Let me watch that. So I turned it on, put in my earbuds. All I heard was, who's going to carry the boats? I pushed that weight so easily. And the logs. Bro, it was so easy to push that weight, bro. So you just need to find your motivation. If you're not motivated by music, find some other motivation. If you have the self-discipline to do it regardless of motivation, then do that. You just have to find your motivation and get outside and actually start walking. I can't even name the amount of benefits all in one video because this will probably be a 2-day long video. But I wonder what the longest video is ever recorded on YouTube. I feel like it'll probably be like 8 hours or something. I've seen a video like for 8 hours is a book or something, but whoa. Bro, that scared the absolute, bro, my heart dropped, bro. I'm walking past all these bushes and I just heard a ruffle the loudest ruffle in those bushes you've ever heard. I don't know what the hell that was, but I am not trying to find out what the hell. All right, you know what? I'm gonna end the video here. So if you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, all that good stuff. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully.